Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It is Aaliyah Monet, and today's video is going to be about my tattoo brows. I will show you exactly what my brows look like after they were tattooed, and then I will start recording daily updates for you all so you can see how they progress, because you definitely want to plan before you get your brows done, because that first week you definitely want to be at home once they start scabbing and peeling and your brows will just look like they're missing. But at some point I did stop recording because at that point all of my scabbing had completed and I was literally just waiting for the color to kind of come back in. So now I am going to let you see this whole healing journey, and then I'm going to come back out and close this out with some of my final thoughts. Please get into these brows. Like, they are literally perfect and they have just healed so beautifully. Today is Sunday, March 3rd. So it has been 24 hours since I've gotten my brows done. As you can see, as far as the appearance, nothing has really changed with my brows. I haven't gotten any of that scabbing, peeling, flaking just yet. I will say today is probably the first day where I don't have any discomfort or my skin isn't as sensitive around that tattoo area. So we'll keep following the journey, but nothing has really shifted at this point. So today is Monday, March 4th, and today, I don't know what happened that quick, but it's scabbing now. Or maybe I just didn't notice it as much yesterday. But as you can see here, it looked a little crunchy, and it definitely feels crunchy. Not as much like here because it's not as much darkness there, but you can see it's scabbing a bit. Doesn't hurt, it doesn't feel uncomfortable or anything yet, but I can definitely feel a difference. And when I look at it really closely, I can tell, like, okay, I think it's starting to heal. Today is Tuesday, March 5th. And as you can see, my brows are flaky today, still scabbed and very flaky and dry. So I'm gonna show y'all today how I apply my ointment. This is actually what my brow lady gave to me, and how I apply it. I literally get a Q-tip and I just brush it on. I'm supposed to apply like 1 layer a day to help it with the peeling and scabbing and everything. Gonna use the other side for the other brow. I just do like a decent coat. Today is Wednesday, March 6th, and boy, what a difference. They are definitely peeling. I can't be going out with my eyebrows like this. Like, I don't know what to do. I had plans, but it's getting rough out here. Today is Thursday, March 7th. It's getting hard out here for a pimp. Today is Friday, March 8th, and it has officially been a full week since I've got my brows done. So that most of that one is like scabbed off, except that little piece right there. And so the color is just coming back in. This one is a little bit more patchy, and you'll see like the skin just above and below are a little flaky too. So that's what I'm working with today, and I'm supposed to be going out today. I'm probably gonna have to wear a hat because it's still a little rough. It's still a little rough, but we made it to the week mark. Today is Saturday, March 9th. As you can see, just about all of the scabs are off of that one. Just a little bit left on this one. So they look a lot better, not as patchy. So I'm happy about that. Today is Monday, March 11th. I forgot to record yesterday, but honestly, the brows were about the same. I am scab free now, and so my brows are super light, but the color is slowly coming back in. So looking good. Today is Wednesday, March 13th. Thursday, March 14th. Today is Saturday, April 13th. And so it's been about 7 weeks. My color is back in. I do have on makeup, but I don't put anything on my brows. So my brows are what my brows are. I love not having to shade them in on a regular basis. I will say, because I have a really high natural arch of my brows, I made sure to tell her, like, don't tattoo him like that, because, you know. But anyway, so I have had to go in with my razor and kind of clean them up a little bit. So I did not share my brow girl's information. I'm gonna make sure I include that below in the description. So for the first appointment, it was $500. The first appointment took about 3 hours. I would say an hour of it was kind of like prep, talking through how you wanted them to look. And then she did probably spend an hour just kind of sketching them out, which takes time because you want to make sure your brows are even and you want to make sure that you have the shape that you want. Then after that is when she went through with the tattoo, and so that took the rest of our appointment time. So it was 3 hours and it did take the full amount of time. My next appointment, which is a touch-up. So after you do your initial appointment, you're required to do the touch-up appointment, and that is supposed to be done within 6 to 8 weeks. I'll be going next week for my touch-up appointment, and I believe that'll be like my 7th week. So that means as of today, we're about 6 weeks into this process. So I'm a little bit nervous because I'm like, I really like the color and everything of my brows as is right now. So I'm like, do I really need a touch-up appointment? So I'm a little nervous about that, but I know it's required, and I'm sure it's probably going to help the brows just have that longevity piece of it. So I'll go and do that next week. That appointment, I believe, is like $160, maybe $175. And so by the time you add in your tips and everything, I would just say in total plan to spend about $750 for it. They're supposed to last up to 5 years with proper care. I will say washing my face the first couple of weeks was kind of irritating because you can't just submerge your entire face with water. And so it was kind of a, oh, I'm here, oh, I'm here. That was kind of irritating until your scabs come off. You probably really don't want to do any submerging of your entire face. I will also highlight too, when you are in the healing process, you're not supposed to do too much sweating. Like, you're not supposed to do like high intensity workouts. So I had to get a little bit creative during that time because you don't want to throw off the scabbing. And so I'll be in the gym like just patting. Outside of that, I would say, I mean, it's a pretty quick healing process initially. It does take a minute for that color to come back in, which is kind of why I stopped recording, because I'm like, you can't really see a huge difference from day to day. So I was like, you know what, I'll just kind of come back after a few weeks so you can see how that color has truly come back in for me. All right, so I think I'm covering everything here. I also will go ahead and post like a quick picture of the healing process that she provided for me, and which kind of outlines like day 1 expect this, day 2 expect this. And so like the color of the brows changed, and it was very in sync with what she provided me on this card, because I'm like, oh, you know, they start out so dark and then they get so light, and then the color kind of comes back in naturally. So it literally followed that process. So I definitely recommend getting the brows tatted. Go to somebody who you trust. You know, be willing to make that drive. Like for me, it took me probably about an hour to get out there, but I'm like, this is something permanent and this is my face. I don't play with my face. So if I missed anything, be sure to let me know in the comments. I'm happy to answer any questions. And this is going to be basically like a part 1. I am going to record part 2 when I go to my touch-up appointment and let y'all know how that process goes. Kind of do like the same flow as far as like the day-to-day after the second touch-up appointment. And then we will see the final look.